Children's movies are meant to be cute, colorful, and full of joy. But what if they weren't? Today I'm taking innocent kids' movie posters and turning them into childhood nightmares. This poster obviously needs two things, a rat and the main character Alfredo. I'm starting with Alfredo. I only want the top of his head showing. Now with his head down there, I kind of want to open it up. Since he originally had hair all over, I'm giving him one of those haircuts with just hair on the sides. Just need to do some cleaning up with where some hair is still showing. Next, I need a brain that's going to sit snugly inside the opening. To give it depth, I'm adding a color layer behind his face and putting it on a slight angle. For the background, I'm using an industrial kitchen. Then I'm applying a nighttime filter, not just to the background but over the whole image. Let's also brighten the brain a bit and darken the area behind his face. His face looks a little too surprised, so I want it to look more like he's in pain. I'm moving his eyes up toward the eyelids. Now I need to remove the originals. So I'm using content-aware fill to clean that up. Now for the rat. I'm going to duplicate him and bring it to the front, and I'm simply going to borrow his hands. These tubes look a bit like intestines, but I'm calling them brain tubes. This one is going directly under the rat's nose. I'm going to duplicate the rat again and cut out just the top of the nose. Now when I move it to the top layer, it looks like he's biting into it. Now I'm using puppet warp to make it look like he's holding it. The teeth need some red on them. While I'm at it, I'm brightening the eyes slightly and adding a bit of glow. Also drawing in some red veins to make him look extra in pain. And also adding a few drips on top of the head. Then a longer one trailing off the side. For the title, I want something that feels like an old restaurant menu. This font works. So, Pinocchio is made out of wood. And you know what else is made out of wood? Trees. So that's exactly where I'm starting. This very nice spooky forest. Now it's time for the main character. I want him to be just a silhouette on the horizon line. To do that, I'm changing his color to match the shadows of the trees already in the picture. I want it to look like he's dragging something. And since he's literally made of twigs, I imagine he's not doing it very easily. I'm using puppet warp to make it look like he's struggling. His legs are out in front of him, his arms are stretched forward, ready to hold whatever I'm about to add. This arm is on the wrong side though, so I'm just going to select it and reattach it on the other side. Now I need a victim. While I cut him out, please enjoy this relaxing music. Okay, I've got him cut out. Here you can see I'm removing the original hand on his leg, and as you can see I'm failing quite bad. And now I'm moving him down next to Pinocchio. I'm darkening his whole body so it blends in better with the rest of the scene, and I'm using puppet warp again, this time on his legs, so it actually looks like Pinocchio is holding them. Now I need to add a shadow underneath both of them. I'm keeping the shadows soft so they blend in naturally. That should be enough. Now I'm applying a camera raw filter to the whole poster, and a bit of grain to make it feel grittier, and a vignette to pull the focus in. For the title, I'm using the original logo but I'm adjusting it. First I'm turning up the exposure, then I'm adding a red color layer over the top, and finally I'm using levels to just slightly darken it. Done. There's only one character in The Night of the Museum who I wish had more screen time, the Gum Gum guy.
You do dum-dum, you give me gum-gum.
There's a lot of potential here. Before I start, I'm expanding the canvas a bit. Then I'm tidying up the corridor, removing all these lights and reflective surfaces. Making it darker will make it scarier, I hope. With that cleaned up, I'm adding in the actual scary parts. First, the statue. He needs to look more menacing, so I'm drawing in some new eyebrows. Looking very nice, and giving him a slight smile. Now he looks a bit off, in the right way. Still, it needs something even scarier. So I'm adding red drips to the floor. They weren't showing up very well on the floor, so I selected the area and increased the exposure slightly. Now I'm placing more of these red drips across the floor. This takes a while, so here's some classical music while I do that. With the floor done, I'm adding a nighttime LUT. Most horror covers seem to be set at night. There's probably a reason for that. Finally, I'm using the original title. It already has a slightly eerie feel, so I'll just leave it as it is.